Today we're diving into those hilarious family moments, especially when you try to steal your sister's chance to take her daughter lingerie shopping. These words scared the girl. Grace tried to chase, but John stopped her. He doesn't let anyone do their own thing, not even his sister-in-law. What a total loser. Eva decided to set up a surprise party for him, sneaking in with her sister-in-laws to get him to drop his pants. If they're going to pretend to be a bath queen, those pants have to come off. They already spiked his nasal spray, so he wouldn't catch on, no matter what. But just when they were about to continue undressing, did they accidentally get fake drug? They all hid under the bed, too scared to breathe. But Uncle John doesn't even wake up. He just stumbles around and then whips it out by the cupboard to pee. Turns out he's a sleepwalker. After that, he didn't go back to sleep, but just walked over to the sisters, pulled out his car keys and strutted out the door, butt naked. Can you really drive while sleepwalking? They quickly chased after him only to see John had jumped in the car, hit the gas, and knocked over a trash can. If he hit some innocent bystander, it would be catastrophic. Luckily, he got there safe and sound before running straight for a boat. Is he going night fishing? He didn't even bring a fishing rod. The sisters were secretly thrilled. If he falls in the river while sleepwalking, will that wrap up their plans? The script was set, and John was playing along until he plunged into the icy lake. Becca instinctively tried to save him, but after her sister's reminder, realized his death was a blessing. But the cold water jolted John awake, and he started splashing around. Good thing he can't swim. Hell only last a few more minutes. It's late at night, and here are two men splashing around. As John started yelling for help, they jumped into the water. The sisters secretly prayed, hoping the uncle would drown already, but bad guys always seem to hang in there, don't they? John was kicked back by the Grim Reaper again, and the murder plan flopped. The sisters had to regroup. When they got home, they realized the benzodiazepine nasal spray was still at John's house. They needed someone to destroy the evidence. But they were all too spooked by John. The oldest sister said she had work and needed to leave. The fourth sister Bibby's excuse was even weirder. I only need one eye. So, it fell to Becca to deal with everything alone. She pretended to help with chores, clean their room, and check private items. Finally, she found the spiked nasal spray on the bed, though she never actually intended to kill her uncle. Just not long ago, Becca was eyeing a shop to start her business, and John was the first to back her up. He even offered to lend her money to be her partner. Becca got so hyped up and didn't want competitors stealing her shine. She wound up paying 20% more, took out a loan for $1 million to snag the shop, and even invited him for a photo on the wall. But when the second month came, he turned into a total jerk, using Grace as a human shield. Becca lost her shop due to debts, and her life was left in shadows, while Grace remained blissfully unaware. At 40, she looked 70. Becca joined the Revenge Sisterhood to send John to hell. Since drugs failed, use real guns. But sisters only have laser tag, no real gun experience. Luckily, Sheila had an idea. John had had a head surgery and there's a tiny hole. If they could hit that hole during laser tag, he'd be a gunner. The weight of this genius plan rested on Bibby. Usually, people with eye patches shoot straight. They bought a watermelon to practice, but when they fired, that watermelon didn't even quiver. They're too nervous. The elder sister said, lower the gun, feel it out. They had half a month before John comes for the game, plenty of time to practice. But the next shot went wildly off, and everyone was silent with worrying looks on their faces. Bibby said it must be the distance, moved closer with the gun, but bullets kept missing the target. Not until Bibby put the gun to the watermelon did she hit it. But when everyone approached, the bullet hadn't scratched the skin. All thought it unreliable, but Bibby persisted. She recalled riding in her brother-in-law's car when a sudden break made her hit something. She kept practicing until she became a sharpshooter. Plus, she modified the bullets so that if they were stuck in the freezer, they'd pop some heads. She knew John's narcissistic nature meant he wouldn't want to team up with women. He preferred mixed-gender matchups. With the plan in place, the sisters were excited. The plan went smoothly as Bibby took out a frozen bullet from a thermos. Just as she aimed for the back of John's head, he started twitching around like a rabbit. He never stayed still for more than 10 seconds. Bibby had only practiced shooting at stationary targets. How could she handle this moving target? Then the perfect opportunity arose. Bibby steadied her breathing, barely ready to pull the trigger, and shot the coach right in the eye. Listening to the screams of agony, she ran away in despair. It felt like she was back on the dreadful night she lost an eye. Those painful memories were haunting. They were ready to murder Uncle, but unexpectedly found a body in the basement, John's missing father. They just wanted to get rid of a jerk, but little did they know he was an accidental death expert. The sisters were ecstatic. With Uncle's murder evidence, can't they just report it and get rid of the menace? But even if John got arrested, Grace would likely pull strings to defend him. He might be living better in jail. After all, she'd planned on sending him to a nursing home ages ago. Since they couldn't call the cops, the murder scheme was still on. They decided to lock Uncle in the basement freezer to freeze him like his father. Plan set, Becca secretly got a freezer key. She had found out John always heads to the basement after delivering food to his old mom, and that's when they'd strike. Like our video? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more hilarious stories.